Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of my podcast. And today I will be reviewing a book for y'all that I just finished. It is called Big, Bold, and Beautiful, Owning the Woman God Made You to Be. And it's by Kierra Sheard-Kelly, one of my favorite singers. And she's also a songwriter, actress, and author. And, her mother is a part of the legendary Clark sisters. So she's a part of the next generation of gospel. And she's doing big things. But this book was a really good read, y'all. I enjoyed it. It's 31 chapters long. It's not, cumbersome in terms of the length of chapters. And after each chapter, there's a prayer and some corresponding scriptures, which I really enjoyed having that at the end of every chapter. And I liked how transparent she was about what was going on, what she learned in her life and things of that nature. And I feel as though it is a reminder of the woman of God that I need to aspire to be. And there were a lot of gems in there. And not that it was just something that was like, so earth-shattering or something that you had never heard before, but it was definitely full of a lot of gems. And I appreciated the time that she took to focus on God and the different ways that we need to rely on Him in terms of picking the right friends, in terms of making the most of the opportunities that we get, in terms of being confident and not rushing the journey, understanding that you don't have to live with the spirit of comparison, understanding that God goes before you in the situations in your life, understanding that sometimes you will fall apart, but God is the glue, understanding that you have to do it His way if you want to see His blessings, how to be successfully single and stop worrying about what everybody else is doing, focus on what you're doing, and realize what success looks like for you. Learn to relax, learn to appreciate when you have a good man. Understand that you need to have a good handle on your resources, but also treat yourself. Just so many good gems in the book. I don't want to give it all away, but it's just so many good gems on how we should look at life through the lens of God and what He's doing through these situations that we find ourselves in. And I just really appreciated this book. It was worthwhile. It was worth reading. And I think you guys should definitely check it out. If you are looking for a book that's going to help with self-esteem, self-worth, confidence, if this is something that you've been struggling with for some time, it's definitely a worthwhile read to kind of get your mojo back and get your groove back and understand that, yes, I am somebody. God says so. Let me believe this about myself. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing when you understand, what God says about you, and don't let the world tear you down based on the lies that they want to tell you, so you can feel less than and feel, like it's not possible for you to achieve certain things in your life. And I just really appreciate her perspective on life. And, just as a young person, sometimes it's like, you only see, a certain age group writing a book. So it was really refreshing to hear from somebody in my age group writing a book about how we can become a beautiful, confident, godly woman who trusts in God. And it was an awesome example of how to do it. And I just love how she also, gave credit where it's due to the people that came before her that taught her how to be who she is. And that's vital too, that you be grateful for the good people in your life that can guide you and keep you on the right path and tell you with tough love that this is not what you're supposed to be doing, and that God has something else for you, and just lovingly guide you back onto the right path. And I just really appreciated that, about how the insights that she shared, the conversations that she shared about different things, and just open your eyes a little bit more, like, oh, okay, kind of just a rebooting of self, reminding yourself what you're capable of. And sometimes we all need that little reboot, because we get down on ourselves and we're like, I don't know if I'm going to make it. I don't know what's next for me. And that's scary, It can be very scary to admit that you don't know what's next. But we do know the one who knows what's next. And his name is Jesus. And he holds the future. All of our times are in his hand, as it says in Psalm 31:15. All of our times are in his hand. And it's up to us to trust that he knows best, and that even when it's silent and it seems like nothing is happening, he's orchestrating something behind the scenes. He is sharpening and refining your character. He is helping you to become a better version of yourself through the situations that you encounter in life. And over time, the general sense that I got from this book was, over time, you shouldn't be acting the same way that you acted when you first started out in your faith walk. You should be acting, a little bit more mature than you were acting when you first started to believe in God. And I love that she appreciates the fact that it's not an overnight process. And that's the one thing we have to stop telling ourselves, that we're just going to get to where we need to be overnight. It takes time, it takes patience, it takes discipline in every aspect of our lives, no matter what you're talking about, whether it's health and really just being good to yourself and staying committed, whether it's mental or emotional, spiritual, whatever the case may be. When you talk about family, anything that you are going to achieve, it's going to take some effort, a consistent effort on your part. So that's one of the things that I learned about by reading this book. So I hope that this blessed you. I hope that you go out and grab a copy of her book. It's called Big, Bold, and Beautiful: Owning the Woman God Made You to Be by Kierra Sheard-Kelly. Definitely a great read. Make sure y'all go and pick that up and get on the road to being a better version of yourself with every chapter. And so if you enjoyed this episode, feel free to share it with a friend. Also, the description box is going to contain the link to my social media. Feel free to follow me on TikTok and Instagram at BChannel27. And you can also find me on YouTube, and I have a blog called B Channel, as well as Pinterest. You can follow me at ASJohnson1989 on Pinterest for more encouraging content. So I hope this blessed you. Have an awesome day, y'all. Toodles.